because I've worked with a lot of different levels of cricket, from under 15 to under 17 to domestic cricket to international cricket, I think I'm very aware of how important feeder systems are. The systems below the national side, because ultimately that's where your base of player needs to come from. That's where your next tier of player needs to come from. So I think I want to place a lot of emphasis on monitoring the players just beneath the national side. And when there are opportunities to play some of those players, you need to take those opportunities. And it can't be for 1 or 2 games, but you need to try and give players a little bit of a run, young players especially, so that they can find their feet in international cricket. So I think the gist of the presentation was, guys, we've got a good national side here, but we need to make sure that we're developing the players just under the national side to sustain the success of Bangladesh cricket. Yeah, look, I think it's my 7th time I've been to Bangladesh. The first time I was here was an under-19 World Cup in 2004, which is a long time ago. And the thing that always strikes me is exactly this: the number of people that are interested in Bangladesh cricket. I'm from South Africa, where if we get to a press conference for a big South African game, there may be 8 or 9 reporters. I've never seen as many reporters as in my life. I got to the airport yesterday, there were 100. We couldn't drive the car because there were so many cameramen in front of the car. It was crazy. So the passion has always struck me in Bangladesh cricket. I mean, you always see people dressed up in tiger suits next to the field, and the way the supporters go about supporting the team. There's definitely a massive passion for cricket in this particular region, and that's probably what attracted me to this part of the world. Now, I don't think they're a bad team because they've lost to Sri Lanka. If you're really honest with ourselves, and I've been there as an international coach, touring straight after a World Cup is always going to be hard. Sri Lanka probably had a bit more to gain from it. They had a few players leaving. It was Lathik's last game. Kulasekara was given a farewell, so they had a bit more to prove. Whereas Bangladeshi players, from watching from the outside, had just come off a long World Cup and maybe needed more of a break than they did need to play. So I wouldn't read too much into the Sri Lankan series. Based on the World Cup performances, I thought they actually played really well. They were really close to winning some of the games that they lost. You think of the game against New Zealand, where there was maybe a missed run-out that possibly cost them the game. So I don't think they're that far off. The margins between winning and losing at international cricket are minimal. So I think the team is really close to becoming a real force in world cricket. If they can just make the right decisions at the right times, on the right days, I really don't think they're very far off other sides at the moment.
Then what is your evaluation about the Bangladesh cricket team's World Cup performance?
Look, the log will say that they ended in 7th. I think it was 7th or 8th? 7th or 8th. I think they played better than that. And I've been in international cricket long enough to know that sometimes the results can hinge on a decision here and there. So it's not always a fair reflection of where you are as a team. So I think there were a lot of positives to come out of that World Cup that they can build on going forward for sure. There's a lot of areas they can improve in, but there were a lot of positives that they can take out of that World Cup campaign.
I mean, I've worked with Afghanistan for a year, so it's not that much of a culture shock. The passion is probably a shock to us because we don't see that in South African cricket, the passion you guys have for or the fans or the players. So the culture shock is not big. It's just dealing with the actual players, getting to know the players a bit more. Spoken to Russell and I said it's not as bad as people make it out as to be. It's the same. You play cricket, people are just passionate about the cricket, the fans, and you need to deal with that.
For me, we're not here to change the world. It's, when I say change the world, that's the way cricket's always been played in the subcontinent, and it's the way it is. And we can't expect Bangladesh cricket to adapt to us. We've got to adapt to Bangladesh cricket, and we've got to find a way to make our processes and our systems work while within the cricket organisation and with the players. So we might need to alter the way we go about things to fit in with the culture more so than the culture changing to fit in with us. Well, I've just asked now to try and, straight after our series against Zimbabwe and Afghanistan, I'm hoping to go to Sri Lanka to watch the A-side play. I know the A-side I've got a tour to Sri Lanka in the middle of September, and I'm hoping to go and watch some of those games. It's impossible to watch all the cricket. There's no doubt about it. I've got to make sure I surround myself with people that I can trust. selectors that are going to give me good input, connect with the high-performance coaches, with the A-side coaches, and find out who they think the best players are, that we can invite them closer to the national side and have a look at them on day-to-day running. But it's impossible to watch every single player in the world. I've got to make sure that I've got people I can trust and get the right information from them. No, I'm looking forward to it. Look, and I can only comment being with South Africa, and I've been the head coach of South Africa for 5 years, and there's a lot of expectation when South Africa play. The people look at South Africa to be one of the teams to beat, and it's no different coming to Bangladesh. So I'm sort of used to that expectation and that pressure. So I'm looking forward to it. I was just saying to him today that I haven't been with the team for 2 years. I've been doing the South African A-side, and we travel maybe once a year. And I'm really excited to get going again and work with people and work on cricket and think about selection and strategies. Because once you're away from it, which has been great for me for 2 years to get away from it and take a step back, you do miss it. So even although there's a lot of you, I'm actually quite enjoying it. It's actually quite good. So I am really looking forward to it. And as coaches, we thrive on that type of pressure. We enjoy it. No matter which team you're coaching, there's always some sort of pressure to win. But that's why we do it, because there's pressure to it. If we knew we were going to win every single game, it'd be the most boring job in the world. So that's the enjoyment. The most enjoyable part of it is the pressure that you're going to come under.
You have the idea about the fans who comes hard after every lose.
Yeah, look, South African fans are no different. I think all international fans, when your team loses, that's part of it. And it's just trying to make sure that you keep that noise away from the team, and the team can maintain focus on their next performances and not get too distracted by what people are writing and saying. But I know you guys are just going to write good stuff.
You have no idea. What is your immediate goal right now with Bangladesh, transition and after the series? You've been missing some of that experience.
My immediate goal is to just make some sort of connection with the players, get to understand the players, build some relationships over the next week or two. I think that's massively important. Try and gain the players' trust, see how the players go about their work. So it's very much an observatory role in the next couple of days to just see how they go about their business and try and take some learning from that. When was the last test Bangladesh played?
6 months.
It's a long time, eh? So it's hard to get any sort of rhythm in your test match cricket when you're not playing that many test matches. So I think with the new test championship, that allows the team to focus a lot more on test match cricket. We know often Bangladesh play 1 or 2 test match series. Hopefully now there'll be 3 test match series, 4 test match series, which gets them more into that format of the game, because so much focus is on white ball cricket. With the test championship now, a lot of that focus needs to move away from the World Cup and the 50-over format into test match cricket. So for starters, that'll be a good start to put a lot of emphasis and focus on our red ball skills going into the next couple of months.